So many of you have been sending me emails ever since I did the whistle register tutorial, which I think I got 200,000 views, and thank you so much for all those views. You know, it just means a lot to me. And some of you have still been asking me questions in terms of, you know, the whistle register, what kinds of vocal warm-ups I do, and, you know, to give you a demonstration of what I do. And I do regular vocal warm-ups like any other person would do in choir. And it basically has to do with stretching, you know, your shoulders, relaxing yourself. Also yawning, you know, as much as you can. Open your, you know, your neck area, you know, all the way. And I call this the opening the throat chakra. And that is just to open your chest as much as you can, because you're going to need it when you start singing. And this is just going to allow you to project more your voice. Another thing that I do in order for me not to mess up my voice is put something in front of me. It could be a piece of paper or a cupboard or whatever. Because every time that I sing, it projects back to me. Like, let me give you an example. I'm going to sing all by myself just a little bit from Celine Dion as, you know, an example without this, okay? All by myself. Now, the voice does not project to me, so I might force myself and I might damage my voice doing this. So to prevent that from happening, what I do is I put something in front of my face. So my voice, you see, it's projecting right in front of me. I'm going to try it again. All by myself. You see, it's a big difference. So I could hear myself. It bounces back to me. You know, if I don't do it, then it won't bounce back to me, and therefore I would strain myself and I would probably damage myself. So I suggest you guys put something in front of you. Also, I wanted to say something about singing. Singing is something that opens up your throat chakra. If you have some sort of suppression in your life, you might want to sing, all right? And it really does empower you, because people that don't have their throat chakras open, they tend to suppress it and they tend to become very ill. So one of the ways to open up your throat chakra is by singing. And you don't have to be an expert. You might not be in tune, but it's really good to open your voice. You know, even though you don't sing right, even though you think you don't sing right, you still have to sing. You know, I think everybody should be singing. And another thing I wanted to mention is that some people are really good at singing is because probably in spirituality, probably in another life, they mastered, you know, in tuning their vocal cords with a certain note. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. You know, if you haven't done it in another life, now's the time to do it. All right, now's the time to tune yourself. It took me a while to do it. You know, I had a little bit of advantage as a kid. I was in tune, but I did not have this big of a range. I kind of developed it over time, and it didn't come overnight. You know, I just kept practicing, and you know, I was very inspired, and you know, spirit came in, and I just opened myself up to, you know, expressing myself. You know, some people are very afraid to sing. You know, very afraid to vocalize, very afraid to, you know, look silly. So I'm going to give you some examples of some of the things that I do sing personally to open up my throat chakra. It might be for you, might not, and it probably won't, because I really do pick difficult songs to warm up to. So maybe you might want to go to Sony Vegas, and you might want to pick difficult, you know, pieces of songs that you find difficult for you, and put it throughout, like for 5 minutes, and practice before you start singing, and you know, vocalize, do all those warm-ups that people do on YouTube. They totally help. And then put on your set of songs that you find challenging, and you will get better. You will get better, trust me. So I'm going to show you an example of the songs that I picked to warm up. Stretch your voice, yawn, All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. You brought me back to life, life from the corner. The way it's over, the way I feel inside. Boy meets girl and looks in her eyes. Time stands still and the heart catch fire. All day go, roller coaster ride, up and down and around, spinning all up their mind. And his friends said it's too soon to settle down, and then her friends said he's a boy, slow it down. Couldn't be who they was. It was just on their side. Lord, from this here and now, just a touch of yours. Heaven light, and I fly, and I infinity is more than just a made up. And I would say humming a note for 10 seconds is good to see if you could sustain that note, and then you could try to vocalize it if you're having difficulty. Let me give you an example. I only hummed it for 5 seconds, but you could do it for 10. And what this does is that it allows you to know if you could do it or not without actually, straining your voice or, potentially creating an opportunity to damage your voice. Now, for people that want to do, the whistle tones, you might want to try humming it first. I'll give you an example. See? I hummed it first. And then you just, keep going a little higher. That's the highest I could go. But you do it humming, and then you just keep going higher and higher and higher until you reach your limit. Now, I wouldn't be crossing my limit if I was anybody. There are some tones that I can't do, and it's probably the ones from Emotions, like the really high ones from the ending. I really have a lot of difficulty doing it, and therefore I don't strain myself doing it, and I try not to prove that I do it because I can't. So I just stick to the ones that I know, and I'm very comfortable with those. And usually your voice will get a little swollen after singing, and I'm not just saying whistle tones, I just singing in general. My voice does get swollen. It doesn't hurt, but after the swelling goes away, you can take some honey or some chamomile tea or some throat coat tea or chamomile tea. You can take that, and it'll soothe your voice. When you warm it up with something warm. However, the next day when you do start singing, for me, I know that my voice is way better, and it's because I have opened my throat chakra, the day before, and then when I do it again the next day, it's already open and it's already been exercised and it's been moved. It's been stoked. So that's why I sing better the next day after practicing the night prior, because after the swelling goes down, then it's stronger than before. It's kind of like working out and you're strained up the next day, and then 3 days later you're strong. Well, same with the vocal cords, but it takes a little less with my vocal cords at least. I don't know about you guys, but that's what happens to me. I'm just speaking from my experience because that's all I know. So, yeah. So, yeah, here it is. You know, just keep going at it, you know, get the ones that you feel comfortable with. And, you know, just practice, you know. I'm going to try a B6 again. Some. Alright guys, I hope I inspired